I just watched the press conference with Shadour. This is my first time looking at the press conference. Um, I briefly looked at the one with Coach Prime. Now I'm looking online and I see the press conference with Shadour, and you can tell that the reporters are trying to bait him into sort of throwing his offensive line under the bus, or begging him to put the blame somewhere else. But very strategic is Shadour, the mind of a savvy adult. Remember, Coach Prime says his nickname that he puts in his phone to identify his son is not Shadour, it's grown. So he handles the media very well. He's very savvy. However, there are people online that are giving Shadour a lot of praise for telling the reporters that it's on him, put it on me. It sounds good to say that. And everyone's saying, oh, he's great for not putting his teammates under the bus or putting his coaches under the bus. But you know who's putting Shadour under the bus? His coaches and teammates, his offensive line, his coaches, his offensive line. They're putting him under the bus. But the bus that they're putting Shadour under is a literal bus. Well, not a literal bus, but he's getting put under a heavy item or a heavy device. And the heaviness that Shadour is under is the constant and repeated hits that he's taken from defensive linemen. They're not doing Shadour any justice. They're throwing him under the bus by poor planning and poor execution and poor decision making and deciding to pass the ball on every down. Now I understand what Shadour is doing. He does not want to publicly put anybody under the bus. But let's not start writing the narrative like he's doing something great by, hey, put it on me. Oh, they're putting it on you, all right, Shadour. They're letting you take all the hits. No one on that team is as sore as you today. No one on that team is as broken as you are. And as I watch the press conference, I feel sad for him, because he looks like an athlete that's broken. He looks like an athlete that's just defeated. I don't think he's ever faced this much adversity in his sports life, period, since he started playing football. I don't think he's ever faced this much adversity. Game after game, he's getting blitzed, he's getting hit, he's getting his helmet taken off. And we're praising him now because he says, put it on me. It sounds good. It sounds good when you read the title of it. You know, good job, Shedeur Sanders. He doesn't throw any of his teammates under the bus. Doesn't throw anybody on the bus. He puts it on himself. No. There's a thin line between not throwing your players under the bus, but you don't have to put it on yourself, Shadour. It's not on you. It's on your coaches. But don't ever mention the word, it's on me. That loss, the losses you guys have had this season is not on you. The wins you guys have had is on you. Because it was your arm, it was your talent, it was your arm talent, and it was your accuracy with the football that has put you guys in the position that you guys have been in. In terms of the losses, that's on your coaches. And the secondary, or I should say the lesser of the evil in terms of blame, shifting the blame is the offensive line. It's easy to blame the offensive line because that's what people are seeing on the field. But I go beyond the field. I go to play calling. I go to schemes and X's and O's and execution. How are you making adjustments? Are you even attempting to make an adjustment? That's another thing. You know, a lot of the times people give effort and you say A for effort. Well, Colorado Buffaloes are not giving any effort at all. They're not giving any effort at all. Do you see any changes in their scheme? Tell me. I just made a video letting you know how many times they ran the football in one game. They ran the football 11 times in one game, and they used different running backs to do it. So even if they are running a little bit, which is a pathetic amount of runs, 11, you know, compared to UCLA running the ball over 20 something times. And when you're running the ball with different running backs, and you're spreading it around like that, no running back gets to get a rhythm. Alton McCaskill is a rhythm running back. It reminds me of Adrian Peterson. He gets stronger as the game goes on. As the defense gets weaker, he gets stronger. You can't run him once or twice and say, oh, well, it didn't work. Well, in this last game, it did work. He ran the ball twice and got 14 yards. You got to give your running backs a chance and just pick one. Be consistent. Move Edwards out as a slot receiver. He should not even be a running back. He's too tiny to run between the tackles. I don't even know why they continue to do that. They will oftentimes run Dylan Edwards down the middle. I'm like, what are y'all thinking? What are y'all doing? That lets you know that Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo coaching staff, they don't care about the run. They're just running just to do it. They're not intentional with trying to use the run to actually put damage on the defense. They're just doing it to just say that we tried it. No intentionality whatsoever. It's pathetic. It's pathetic at best. It's pathetic. You're not even trying. What sane coach in America that's watching Colorado? I'm not even a coach, but ask any coach in America, why are you running Dylan Edwards down the middle? The guy is like 140 pounds soaking wet. He's fast as hell, which is why he should be in the slot. What are you doing? So, putting it on yourself, Shadour, saying that it's all on me, it sounds good, but it's not all on you. It's good to say it in front of the cameras and the reporters, but you got to be honest. You don't have to be honest to throw your team under the bus, but you could just say, I don't want to answer that question. I have to watch the tape, which you did do a good job of. You deflected a lot of the questions, and you talked about having to watch the tape and having to see, having to watch the video and see what's going on, but you know exactly what's going on. We both know. Everybody in America knows. Everyone's going to point to the offensive line first, but I say point to the coaches first. And then you can start blaming the offensive line. But then again, you can't really truly blame the offensive line until you put them in a position to be successful. Then you can start blaming them. When you're not exposing the offensive line and giving them the ability to actually run block, then you're just, like I said, you're playing on their weaknesses. You're using the weakness of Colorado, which is their offensive line and pass blocking, and you're predicating your entire offense on that weakness. And you wonder why you're losing games consistently. You're losing games back to back to back because you're doing the same damn thing, expecting different results. And you know what they say that means? That's the definition of insanity 101. Insane. The offensive coordinator is insane. Coach Prime is insane. I have to put him in there. I can't exonerate Coach Prime. He's the head coach. Whatever he says goes. If he wants things to be turned around, he has the ability to do it. And he's not doing it. So again, I'm just making this video responding to Shedeur Sanders' press conference, and he's being praised for saying that it's all on him. He should not be getting praised for that. He should not be getting praised. What should be happening is the offensive coordinator and the coaching staff for Colorado getting heat for putting him under the bus, for calling those dumb plays to put him under the bus, allowing him to get his head taken off his shoulders every play. Every play, the guy's literally running for his soul. He's running for his life out there. I mean, he's broken. I mean, go look at the press conference again. Look at his body language. I studied that. 75% of communication is body language. He's saying one thing, but his body is saying something else. He looks like a player that's defeated. He looks like a player that he's like, man, what did I get myself into? I left HBCU and I came here thinking that everything was okay. The first couple of games, I was on top of the world. Lately, I've been getting killed. Now, every player has to go through their trials and tribulations, and I feel for the first time in Shedeur Sanders' career, in terms of on the field. I don't know what he's gone through in his personal life, but on the field, this has to be his greatest test. It has to be. And I'm sure he's going to get stronger and better from it. But his coaches, especially his father, has to put his son in a better position. You are killing your son, Prime. You're killing your son, Prime. You know deep down in your soul what they should do. Coach Prime, you worked for NFL Network. You were a great analyst. You would watch games and dissect the games and talk about what teams need to do better. Be objective. take yourself out of being a father for a second. I know Shedeur Sanders is your son. If you were analyzing college football games, let's say you were an analyst, you were not a coach at Colorado, and you were watching and you were seeing how these things are unfolding in Colorado in terms of how this quarterback is not being protected, what would you say? I know exactly what you would say. You would say this team needs to run the ball more. And you've yet to say that. All you said, the only thing you said that was close to it is to mix it up. What the hell does that entail? Mixing it up may mean throwing the ball faster or throwing. Mixing it up is too general. Be specific. Run the ball more. Say it. You can say it. It's okay. It's okay. You can say it. So yeah. So Shadour saying that it's all on me. It sounds like a valiant thing to say, but I don't think it's fair for him to say that, because your team, not your offensive linemen, because they're doing the best that they can. And I know they're getting a lot of heat as well. The coach, preferably Sean Lewis and Coach Prime, are sabotaging this team. And Shadour looks defeated. He looks like an athlete that's just doesn't have it anymore. He's lost. He's like, man, what's going on? Hey, today's Monday. They play again. They don't have another bye. They already have their bye. So again, I've already said on the previous videos, forget the bowl. Forget trying to win a game to get into the bowl. How about we just play solid football and try to walk out of this season with your son, with Shadour, with his mental faculties and his body still attached to his limbs. You know, his sockets and everything are still intact. Let's hope for that. Let's hope he doesn't break a bone or break something. God forbid. Because he is getting hammered out there. Hard to watch. Very hard to watch. Put it all on me. So we're going to applaud him. Put it all on me. Yeah, they're putting it all on you, all right. Your coaches are letting you, for their inefficiencies and their egotistical play calling, they're putting you under the bus, putting you in a position to be unsuccessful because they keep putting you in positions playing on the weakness of your offensive line, which is pass blocking. But they're pass blocking on every damn play. I'm not saying don't ever pass the ball. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is mixing it up. It's quite simple. So no, it's not all on you, Shadour. I know what you're trying to do. You're a stand-up. You're like me. You live off principle. You don't do that. You don't throw anybody under the bus. And if you do throw anybody under the bus, that's in-house. That you don't do that for the public. But you should not even say it's on you, because you're throwing yourself unjustly under the bus. It's not your fault. You're saying it's all on me, and that's not the truth. So you don't have to throw your teammates under the bus, but you don't have to lie either. It's not all on you. Just say, as a team, we have to play better. Just say that. It's not all on you. All right, that's my spiel, man. Take care.